The sky is blue, the grass is green. It's a great day to be alive, great day for high school soccer, and that is what we have for you here on ETV. My name is Nathan Cron. I'm joined by my broadcast partner, Skip Newton, here at Wildcats Stadium on the campus of Eagan High School here in Eagan, Minnesota, supported by a award-winning crew from ETV for the Section 3-3A quarterfinal matchup between the visiting Burnsville Blaze and your Eagan Wildcats. Skip, the Blaze were recent guests, if you want to say it that way, at Wildcat Stadium within the last handful of weeks. It didn't turn out too well for the Blaze, but this is the playoffs. It's win or go home, as we've just seen earlier with the boys' result against Bloomington Jefferson. Fortunately, 2-1 to the Jefferson Jaguars. Talk a little bit about this matchup between these two teams and what your expectations might be tonight for these Eagan Wildcats.
You know, it's a tough matchup, even though we go with the statement that, you know, at any given time, anything can happen. That's what sports are all about. It's a huge mountain to climb for the Burnsville Blaze. It's been a tough season for them. The last game that you mentioned earlier, you know, between these two teams was a 6-0 victory for the Wildcats, and it was just as lopsided as the score would indicate, and it could have been more. I think the Wildcats did a good job of not running up the score too much. So the expectation here is I think the Wildcats just take care of business and get things done quickly, and that's what they need to do, because if you allow any team in sports to stick around, that's when you open yourselves up to anything can happen, and I'm not expecting that to happen. So hopefully the Wildcats do what they do best, and they take care of business here tonight.
So what's the test for the Wildcats? If the Wildcats potentially are going to be the dominant team here this evening, I mean, it's certainly on paper they would be, Skip, but what's the test for the Wildcats? What's the challenge then?
You know, you want to play well. You don't want to get, you know, too complacent. You want to play hard, play well right away, you know, get a few goals. And then the challenge is, you know, staying sharp and fresh as you get ready for what would be a semifinal game on Thursday, and making sure that you stay healthy. You want, you know, your main players to not suffer any sort of, you know, weird injury in a quarterfinal game, especially if it is one-sided. But you also need to, you know, like I said, you need to stay sharp. So I'm looking for the Wildcats to, you know, play their game, you know, play hard and do well, and then hopefully just, you know, move on and get ready for what I'm sure will be a tough test Thursday. But of course, you know, you gotta pass the roadblock in front of you first.
Wildcats have to take care of business tonight as Captain Kira Waldrop sends it in looking for Seehafer. Seehafer can't get a boot to it, and wouldn't have mattered anyway as she had strayed into an offside position. Starting lineup for the Blaze includes Smith, Buffini, Reuter, Boyes, Hunter, Morad, Watson, Janish, Issa Coco, Wallace, and Hildeman. For your Wildcats, a slightly different formation with Fall and Turner in the center back positions, with Enning, Anna Enning, and Kate Cron at the outside back positions. Seehafer, Weisendonner there with the ball, and Leitenberg are your forwards, with Jolstrom, Waldrop, and Jensen in your midfield. Nice good ball there from Enning, finds Seehafer. Seehafer negative cross. No Wildcat can get to that. And Hunter puts that into touch. Recommend that you move your neck around a little bit, ladies and gentlemen, as we expect the ball to be in that end of the field for most of the second half, as Jensen spins through a couple of defenders, puts that ball over. Can't find anybody inside the box, but finds Cron on the outside. Cron tries to take a player on and goes out over the end line.
All over the end line off the Wildcats. Goal kick for
Yeah, just a bit of a strong touch there by Cron. We should also mention that a start here for Caitlin Allred, the senior goalkeeper, getting a start in the section quarterfinal game. So big opportunity for her to get out on the field and get a full game in. My anticipation is game number 2 of the section playoffs will go back to Natalie Valaga.
Well, Valaga certainly has been on the field for the Wildcats in some big games. Allred, another senior, though, would love the opportunity. Oh, here's a beautiful ball in. Has a ball in from Enning looking for Weisendonner, and it goes behind. Shot was off target, it was deflected, but it goes behind for a corner. First one of the night for the Wildcats. Weisendonner will stand over this.
And all of Burnsville back in the box. They have nobody out front, so.
Wildcats play it short. Weisendonner with the left foot looking for that top corner. And it just squirts wide. Man, that was a rocket.
Just not quite enough curl on that left-footed shot. She had the angle. She knew exactly where she wanted to go with it. If that thing had a little more bend, it would have bent right into the goal.
Last shot for the Wildcats, Kylie Weisendonner, number 10.
Jensen lays off for Julstrom. Seehafer to the byline. Sends it in. Another corner here for the Wildcats. I like that about the defense. The defense for the Blaze, though, smartly, not screwing around, not trying to handle the ball, just putting it out, resetting and giving themselves an opportunity. It's probably the smart play. Weisendonner will dial it up again. Let's see what they come up with this time.
No short option.
I think Weisendonner was going for the near post and instead found side netting in her stocking on Christmas. Referees, center referees Sam Tanucci, assistant referees Michael Johnson and Saeed Ahmed. Simple rotation of the players, or excuse me, the referees that we had in the boys game earlier. Winner of this game will take on the winner of the Apple Valley Hastings game in the semifinals. Isabella Fall finding a lot of green grass in front of her. Of course, I say grass, it's AstroTurf or turf here in Eagan. Ball finds its way through to Seehafer. Seehafer by one defender. Gets tripped. And a foul against the Blaze.
I like how Seehafer mixed things up that time and decided to cut back inside to her left instead of always going with the speed move down the near touch. Of course, the speed move has been successful thus far, but if you continuously do the same thing over and over again, the other team will adjust. Now the defenses have to be kept honest there.
Table set here by Kira Waldrop. We'll see if anyone can cash in for dinner. She fires right at the wall, finds Hildeman. Hildeman punches it out. Back to Waldrop. Waldrop with a cross. Collision in the box. Fall comes back to Waldrop again. And now Jensen will claim. Pinched in by Enning. No Wildcat able to get ahead to that. Weisendonner in the corner finds Enning.
Oh, a great pass.
Enning skips in. She's got an opportunity. She goes to goal and earns another corner.
Shot taken by number 5 on Enning. Out of bounds off the Blaze. Corner kick for the Wildcats.
Third corner in 6 minutes here for the Wildcats. Blaze living dangerously, Skip Newton, as they are not able to clear their lines cleanly. Wildcats have an opportunity, and a goal for the Wildcats! And based on who they're celebrating with, we're not sure exactly who got that in. Skip, could you pick out the blue jersey that punched that one home?
Yeah, I want to say that one was Kira Waldrop all the way. She absolutely hammered that ball with her head. So a perfect set piece there. Waldrop receiving it from the corner directly, and just the soccer equivalent of the alley-oop from basketball.
Jensen with the assist. We'll wait for the official announcement. But Skip, your eyes are usually pretty good as the Wildcats now on the attack. Leitenberg on the far side with her left foot. And it is going to be Waldrop from Jensen. Good call, Skip Newton. Ball goes into touch.
Number 23, Kira Waldrop.
That's the senior captain who does the business for the Wildcats. And that's the kind of leadership that the Wildcats will need, not just in this game, but in future games in this Section 3-3A section playoff.
7-17.
Well, and you warned about it going into that corner kick that Burnsville was living a little bit dangerously, not clearing the ball out, giving one too many chances. Eagan finally capitalized, getting an early goal. All of the action so far in the Burnsville half of the field. And even when the Eagan defense does gain possession, they're able to dribble the ball up 10, 15, sometimes 20 yards without any sort of pressure.
Ball gets sent in towards the penalty area, and Hildeman out to claim it. It's Jensen over there on the far side who put it in. Check it, that was Leitenberg. Interesting, the outside back on that side, Kron had overlapped on Leitenberg. Again, the challenge for the Wildcats against a team that they should be better than is Kron makes another overlapping run. Kron to the center, looking for Weisendonner, and looking for Seehafer. Kron to Weisendonner to Seehafer, and it's 2-0 to the Wildcats.
Oh, just a great play. The initial pass, the through ball to Kron was perfectly delivered. She did a nice job of crossing that one into the middle, and then the finish by the Wildcats there. They had not one but two girls within 3-4 yards of the goal line. Just a simple smash home, and they took care of business.
Well, Wildcats rampant, no question about that. In the first 10 minutes of this match, they have netted now twice. And the Blaze are certainly, if they weren't on their heels before, imagine they are on their heels right now. Major commitment by the Blaze to play defense, and yet the Wildcats are finding a way to unlock that defense. You can see it on your screen. The midfielders are dropping very deep with really only one offensive player, one forward in a forward position.
Number 18, Josie
Seehafer with the goal.
The assist to number 16, Kate Kron.
They gave the assist to number 16, Kate Kron.
Goal is 9 minutes, 41 seconds.
So the ball must have gotten by Weisendonner. She took a swing at it. Gets over to Seehafer. She took a swing at it and connected.
Kron with another chip in, looking for Weisendonner. Falls for Leitenberg, who sends it towards goal. And the Wildcats smelling blood in the water. And ending just too hard for Seehafer. Seehafer's fast, but she's not that fast, Anna. Several headers and falls for Anna Enning, one of the more diminutive Wildcats on the pitch. Turner tries to cross it over. It's intercepted off of Jensen's boot. Finds Fall. Isabella Fall says, thank you very much. I'll take that 30 yards of green space. But it gets spilled out. We're going to have some substitutions here for the Blaze, as Kaufman will take the place of Smith. Again, the Blaze program really in a rebuilding mode, really trying to get their numbers up and develop esprit de corps. Girls still working hard, still hustling, no question about that, but just overmatched in most of their matches, most of their opportunities. Waldrop punches that towards goal, and it finds touch again.
When you're talking about rebuilding, they started a girl in 7th grade. They have 2 8th graders on this roster as well as a handful of freshmen. So it is a young, developing team. It'll be interesting to see that play itself out the next couple of years.
Fall attacking, tries to slide it for Seehafer, does. Seehafer turns. Seehafer right foot, side netting. Josie Seehafer hit a rocket right into the side netting.
Shot by Josie Seehafer, number 18 is wide, goal kick Burnsville.
I have to say that the Burnsville strategy of really trying to pack and play basically two backs of, a back of 4 and a row of 4 and a row of 5 might be the smart thing to do here to hit on the counter, Skip.
Yeah, you're limited when you're rebuilding like that, and you just got to do the best you can. If you can make it a defensive game, keep the score down as much as possible, then you do open up opportunities perhaps for a counterattack. You get a key penalty in the right spot or an odd man rush, and maybe you can put a goal home, make things interesting. That's clearly the strategy that Burnsville's going with here. Of course, that's why it's important for Eagan to finish their opportunities like they've done already twice in the first 10 minutes.
Blaze suffering through, and I say suffering because I've personally been in situations where I've been in situations where we've not won very many games in a season, and I can tell you it's suffering. But at the same time, it's when you're with your teammates, you're with your girls, you're with your boys. You know that things will get better, and hopefully for the Burnsville Blaze, that will get better. As Isabella Falls says, "Okay, I'm going to come a little forward. I'm going to try over the top again." And Isabella Falls she's going to have to get that weight down. That would be something that we could watch. Can Isabella Fall get that weight on that pass down? It's the second time she's overshot Seehafer.
Well, that's an example where the fact that she dribbled forward a good 15 yards before attempting that, she actually took a lot of her own real estate away from herself. She would have been better off with that ball from distance, but it's a tougher pass when you're in that close.
Yeah. Ball comes back in towards the penalty area, finds Weisendonner's chest. She tries to get it down, lays it off for Waldrop. Waldrop sends that in. Jensen, and Jensen scores. Mel Jensen hammers that one home and leaves no doubt that one was going in the back of the net. She kept it down and she kept it under the bar. Nicely done, Mel Jensen.
Just a fantastic finish there by Jensen, leaving no doubt. Getting a wide open look from the center about 16, 17 yards out. She hammered that one home, and the Wildcats jumping out to a 3-0 lead here, doing exactly what we wanted them to do.
So Jensen, I think it's going to be from Weisendonner, but I'm not sure, so we're just going to wait before I actually call that one. But Jensen clearly had that one. Thank you, Mal, for scoring there and making it easy on this old guy's eyes. Enning sends that forward. And it's claimed by Burnsville, who opportunity there for Coco.
Charlotte Linton.
Coco really on an island by herself.
Scoring for the Wildcats,
As Turner brings it
number
forward.
12, Mallory Jensen. The assist, number 23, Kira Waldrop.
Waldrop gets the assist.
15th minute of the game. Time of the goal is 14
So
minutes,
3-0 to the good
26
for the
seconds.
Wildcats.
Wildcats goal scored by Mallory Jensen. The assist, Kira Waldrop.
One-way traffic here for the girls in blue.
26.
Waldrop puts a left foot on it.
Shot
Hildman
taken by
claims
Kira
it.
Waldrop, number 23.
A goal and assist already for both Jensen and Waldrop today, as they connected on the first goal, the corner kick.
Cron to the outside, flashing a little bit of speed. Lays it off that time. Nicely done for Leitenberg. Leitenberg with a left foot, and it slides across Hildman's goal.
Shot by Ava Leitenberg, number 8 is wide.
It's a great pass there by Cron, dropping that back right away. Wide open at the corner of the 18 was Leitenberg, and she had plenty of time to set up that shot.
I don't know if you're noticing this, Skip, but it looks like Cron is playing in a more advanced position. On this side, Enning is playing back a little bit more, and maybe that's just because the play has been on her side and she's had to the balls have come out and she's had to step up, but it seems like Cron's overlapping outside of Leitenberg intentionally. Like she's playing much higher than Enning on that far side.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if the ball's over there. Does Enning do the same thing on this side? But, I mean, there was Cron right there. I mean, moving in for a cross, you know, way up from her defensive position. Part of that also could be, you know, we've talked about how defensive-minded the formation for the Blaze are. It could be that there's just no one back there to defend, and she's going to take the space that's given to her.
I think that's an excellent point, Skip. You know, I hadn't thought of that. You know, it's maybe if no one's going to play a forward position on my side of the field, then I'm going to move up and I'm going to play an outside forward, outside wing.
And being on the coach's sideline, she does have the benefit of being able to get direct instruction from Coach Q, so he can tell her exactly what he wants her to do.
Foul against the Wildcats. And the Blaze will be able to take a free kick here from just over the midline. So this might be the first opportunity the Blaze have really had all game to put something into the attacking third.
Number 9, Emma Boys on the kick for Burnsville.
Boys' free kick claimed by the Wildcats. Coco battling for it there, but she's 1v4. Seehafer does a little flick. I'll tell you, Skip Newton, when the Wildcats do those little one-touch flicks like that to each other, it's when they can really flash that track speed. That's when they seem the most dangerous to me.
That's the one thing we really haven't seen because a lot of the game has been played on one half. We haven't been able to see that outside speed that we're so accustomed to. Might not get a lot of that in this game if they're going to have the time of possession like they have, but they're showing us other ways to finish.
Weisendotter starts again. Sends that across. Weisendotter battling. Low man wins. I use wins with quotation marks as Weisendotter earns the throw. Comes back for fall. Turner to the middle. Seehafer. Here's Enning on an overlap. She's into the penalty area. And we'll have another corner.
Some great passing there by the Wildcats. They completely switched fields, went through the back line, around to this side, ending with a nice run, setting up that corner kick. Of course, we've already seen one goal already off the foot of Jensen to the head of Waldrop.
And Isabella Fall punches that over. It was almost like the Red Sea parted there. And for Fall just needs to get on top of that ball and hit it square. And she's got a great chance. I mean, their body's in front of her, to be sure, but an opportunity.
Some nice communication there by the Wildcats. There was a Wildcat player coming back towards the ball, saw that Fall was coming up for it, and immediately got out of the way so she could get that shot on.
Challenge for the Wildcats in situations like this, as we said before, can they be crisp? Can they control the ball? Can they make quick decisions? Can they win loose balls? Can they do all of the things? Can they play clean? And that to me is the real challenge. We're going to see if the Wildcats can do that. Is Jensen and Enning with a 1-2. Jensen's pass intercepted. Jensen gets it back. It's another chance at redemption here, and we'll reset.
Well, the Wildcats have worked all season for this moment. They've earned the right to have this game, you know, #1 seed, playing against the 8 seed on your home field. It's a nice advantage to have when you go into sections. Taking advantage of it, 3-0 already, setting themselves up for a big semifinal game on Thursday if they continue to play this well.
Ball over the top by Enning. Weisendotter's going to give that a run. Finds Seehafer. Seehafer tries to go through a couple of defenders, and good rally defense there by Reuter. You see her being congratulated by her teammate for a good tackle. Seehafer spins and turns. Right foot. And it finds a Burnsville Blaze right foot of Nashand, and that finds the touchline.
That's about the third cross now by Seehafer that we've seen on the ground coming back out away from the goal line. That clearly is deliberate. She's doing this intentionally. It's a really nice play.
Turner finds Seehafer. Seehafer with a left foot, and Hildeman equal to the task. Good job by Hildeman squaring to that ball and getting her hands in front of it.
Shot for Josie Seehafer.
Seehafer, a right-footed, a natural right-footed player. I like the left foot, Skip Newton.
Yeah, they got to be able to shoot with both feet. You're not always going to get it on your preferred strong foot. There, she had the chance to move that in for a better angle, but it meant a left-footed shot. She got a good piece of it.
Fall finds Weisendonner, back for Jensen. A nice job there by the defense, forcing the turnover by Enning. Seehafer with a nice spin. Lovely pirouette. Now she gains the penalty area, and she gains the corner. Fourth corner of the half. And we're just over the midway mark of that first half, so 4 corners, and the Wildcats really putting pressure on these Blaze.
Almost all the Wildcats now in the box.
Hildeman with a brilliant save. Weisendonner had a head to it. And another corner, but Weisendonner with a brilliant head. And Hildeman just scooped it out.
Yeah, she did a great job of going low for that head, which meant that she got a lot of power behind it. But Hildeman with an awesome, it looked like a left foot or left hand reach save. That was a nice save.
Comes back into the penalty area. It's near the goal line. Wildcats didn't even have to shoot. They just could have walked it in. Comes out for Fall. Isabella Fall passes on the shot, sends it over for Jensen. Jensen hoofs it forward. Jolstrom. Outside to Cron. Cron can't quite corral that one. It's gonna out of play into touch. Yeah, Kate, I'm not sure why you thought that was your throw. Maybe you're just being aspirational, but that was off you.
The old power of suggestion.
Yes, absolutely. Well, you know, Eagan High School psychology department would be proud. Fall comes to the middle, turns it over. Ball's going to find its way into touch, but a nice play by Smith that time to at least give the Blaze some relief in their defensive third. So a slightly different formation for the Wildcats with 4 at the back, even though Cron is pushed way up because no one else is playing on that side. Weisendonner finds Leitenberg. Leitenberg. Cron back to Leitenberg. Leitenberg sends it across with her left foot. Can't find anybody, but now finds Seehafer. Now lays it off for Waldrop. Waldrop with an opportunity. She walks into the penalty area. And Waldrop denied temporarily. Now finds Seehafer. Seehafer left foot. Weisendonner. Weisendonner once again her left foot. Leitenberg says, I'll try that with my left foot. And Hildeman claims. What a sequence there by the Wildcats.
Nice job by Hildeman to prevent that another corner kick there. She got over there quickly to pick that one up as it was deflected by her teammate. That was a lot of passing in the box by the Wildcats.
Maybe a little less passing, a little more shooting, you're thinking maybe, Skip. Maybe?
Perhaps they exercised a little too much patience on that one, but I understand the possession was there and they were looking for a great shot. It's a luxury you have when you're comfortably ahead.
Weisendonner lays that off for Fall. Fall switches spots with Jolstrom. Fall brings it forward, looks for Seehafer, but it's intercepted that time by Janich. Coco continuing to wage her one-woman war against the entire Wildcat back line. Cron with a throw. He's going to look for Leitenberg. She does. Leitenberg comes out with it. Back for Cron, but can't connect as Cron was coming inside, and so that'll be a throw for the Blaze. We're gonna have some substitutions here for the Wildcats coming up, as looks like Macy Bray and Emma Fetzich are gonna check in here at the next opportunity. Turner forward, looks for Leitenberg or Cron. I'm not sure where that pass was going, but in any event, Jolstrom says, thank you very much, I'll take that. Finds Waldrop. Waldrop, left foot. Nice block that time by the defense, but it falls again. I think that was Weisendonner, and it was. I'm starting to run. I have to admit, Skip Newton, I'm running out of space here on my sheet to keep track of these shots and shots on goal. It's starting to really pile up for the Wildcats.
Yeah, we mentioned that Allred's playing goalkeeper. I don't think she's had to touch the ball one time in entire half. This is one of the rare times it's actually been down on the Eagan half of the field. And as usual, they're able to dribble the ball up.
Jensen with it. She'll switch the field to Enning. Enning, oh, nice delay by Seehafer. She's got an opportunity to attack. She heads towards the end line. Little collision there, but no foul. Jensen, Seehafer again finds, I think that was Jensen. Yep, Seehafer looking for Jensen. It's going to go for a corner.
Shot for Mallory Jensen, number 12.
Now they're saying that the goalkeeper Hildeman got a hand on that.
Corner kick for the Wildcats.
And if so, that was quite the snap save as well. Jensen inside, lots of heads on it, falls for Seehafer. She'll battle, tries to control, does, lays it off for Jensen. Jensen has a chance to pop it in again. She does. Oh, and Waldrop. Waldrop with a rocket-like kick, and it rockets over the top of the goal. Out of play with just over 11 minutes to go. Score 3-0 to the Wildcats.
Good to know that our streak of always hitting the football crossbar at least once during the game is intact.
The Blaze back in the game, wearing number 3 tonight, Mina Pofini.
If this was a professional sport and they did proposition betting on it,
it
would you wouldn't even it wouldn't even be a 50-50 deal like a coin toss. It would just I mean, the money line would be so lopsided, Skip Newton.
Yeah, it'd be like minus 200 to win because it hits it every time. Bumpers has checked in. We're going to reset your Wildcat lineup here in just a moment as Cron sends that back in. Nice ball by Cron. And did that get away from Hildeman? It did. So Cron earns the corner. So Courtney Bumpers has checked in, along with Fetzich and Bray.
Corner kick for the Wildcats. This will be from the
A rare misplay there by Hildeman, who's had a great half so far.
Corner comes in and looks for somebody in the penalty area. Ball comes back out for the Wildcats. Chipped in towards Hildeman. She claims. Nicely done that time. Fetzich there battling with Coco. Cron claims. Finds Waldrop. Waldrop to Seehafer. Seehafer dances again. Now to the right foot. And inside the uprights. If that was a rugby try, if it was a rugby extra point, they would have been good.
Impressive from that angle. Even outside what would have been the college hash marks.
I suspect she would say to you that was less than impressive. I'm sure Josie's probably thinking to herself, I'm a little disappointed in that one.
She's had a few opportunities already and unable to put one between the pipes. See if she can't get that corrected before the end of this one.
And this ball off of Seehafer will be a throw for the Blaze, and Morant comes over and takes it. Enning, Turner, now Seehafer. See if the Wildcats can switch the field now. Fetsic, she's got some green grass. She looks and finds a player on the outside. That's Tanner. Tanner who would come in, taking the place of, I think Tanner took the place of Leitenberg. And we got more, oh goodness, we have more substitutes coming in.
Yeah, the luxury of being comfortably ahead and in control of a game is that you get to clear your bench and you get to do it early and get these girls some real time on the pitch. Good for everyone to get as much playing time as possible, keep everybody fresh. You never know when you're going to need a key reserve to come in a future game and make a big play.
Not sure why everybody was deferring to Cassie Turner there. We should have, everybody's slowing down. I like to see people crashing towards that as Cron comes back for that. Nicely done, wins that. Lays it off for Fall. Fall's pass into the edge of the box, finds a couple of feet. Seehafer and Waldrop battle there against the Blaze, and now it comes out, and we're going to see what in hockey you would call a complete line change.
Multiple substitutions for the Wildcats into the game. Ellie Westerman, number 3. Leah Zirkelbach,
Westerman,
number 20.
Zirkelbach.
Ashley Severson, number 6.
Severson.
Number 11, Macy Bray.
Bray.
Number 21, Olivia
And
Enning.
Olivia
Number 2,
Enning,
Ella Horn.
as well as Ella Horn,
All
number
in the game
2.
for the Wildcats.
All checking in for the Wildcats here with 7 minutes, just under 7 minutes to go in the half. Westerman now with it. She looks to the middle. Looks for, and looks for Tanner, who fires it over the goal. Nice play by Westerman. Nice, that was a good shot by Tanner. Just unlucky.
Yeah, she just got under it a little bit, but she made a great run into the middle of the field. She didn't waste any time, took a one-time shot, just got under it.
I have to say that was certainly the kind of thing that, from our perspective up here in the press box and the commentators box, it was certainly appreciated, that one touch, even if it was just over the top of the bar. It was still very, very pretty.
Well, one of the dangers you can get into in a game like this is when you get too much space and too much time,
Number 7,
because you're so open.
Tanner with the shot.
You of course you're going to take the time because you have it. Why would you rush yourself when you don't need to? But then you get into the next game and all of a sudden the defensive pressure is more intense and you're not quite as prepared for it. So that is the one transition that, of course, should Eagan advance, they're going to have to be ready for.
Yeah, the defensive pressure, the defensive intensity will increase probably exponentially in their next game. And as a result, they've got to make better, good decisions, continue to make good decisions. As that ball made it into touch around, as you see Severson and Westerman, the two freshmen, working together on that far side, number 6 and number 3.
And there's an example where Westerman had an opportunity to put that ball into the middle, and she took one more touch. It took an extra second to try and set it up. Probably didn't need to, but then it cost her possession.
Westerman scored the first goal for the Wildcats in this campaign against East Ridge in their first game of the season. She's got 2, if my math is correct and my statistics are correct, I believe she has 2 goals this season. Good possession there by the Wildcats. Finds Bray. Bray back for Fetsic. And Burnsville defense doing a nice job of closing that down as Coco comes back from her center forward position, and clock will be stopped by the center referee, Sam Tanucci, for a potential injury to Coco, who has played the entire half basically by herself at center forward for the Burnsville Blaze. She's up now and looks to be able to continue. That's good for the Blaze.
And nice to see her able to walk/jog that one off. She looks to be moving pretty good now.
So free kick for the Blaze. It comes out towards midfield. Tanner claims, finds Bray, Finds Fetsic, now Severson. Severson, overlapping run, goes through a couple of defenders and does not earn that foul.
Or the throw-in, according to the AR and the center ref. That's a bit puzzling.
Unfortunate. Well, there was quite the shoulder there as Westerman found out that physics can sometimes be a cruel mistress.
Foul called on Burnsville. Free kick upcoming for the Wildcats.
Opportunity here for Turner. Like to see Turner, again, being crisp, put this into the penalty area with a little bit of float. Let somebody attack it. There's height out there for the Wildcats. She does. Wildcats attack, but the Blaze get up to it first. Fetsic runs that down, and that's Horn on the far side. Football crossbar, which means it's only, 2 feet above the goal. That wasn't a bad shot by Fetsic.
Yeah, it was a good strike from distance, just a little too good.
Wildcats dominating possession, dominating the game, is, to be frank, you would expect in a 1-8 matchup with Burnsville program that, as we said earlier, is struggling and still finding its feet, rebuilding after low numbers. Horn. Tanner. Fetsic switches the field. Fortunately, nobody there. And what a great run that time. Oh my heavens. What a great run that time by Leah Zirkelbach to come back to try to keep that in. Apparently went out, but you got to give props to Zirkelbach for the effort. I think Fetsic owes her a soda pop after the game. That was a lung-busting run to keep that ball from going out.
It was one of those opportunities or situations where having our outside back so far up actually cost us possession there. There was no one to get that switch of the field.
Well, it's the kind of game, Skip Newton, where, if you're the coaching staff for the Wildcats, let's see what's going to happen here. I think we've got a goal kick. Yes, we do. But if you're the coaching staff for the Wildcats, one of the things that you can tell your players is, look, blind passes, no-look passes shouldn't happen in this game, right? They should not be happening. You should be able to have time to get your head around, to find your teammate and that kind of thing. Sometimes in games, as we enter the last minute of play here in the first half, sometimes in games, in situations, you have to make those no-look passes or assume people are going to be in the right place. As Westerman's going to make this run, and Hildman quickly off her line smartly that time. Otherwise, Westerman was going to have the defense beat. But in this situation, they really need to just make sure they're playing crisp and clean. Severson. Westerman. Fetsic and Westerman play catch. Now Westerman to the middle. Just going to lay that off for Bumpers, who comes back from her forward position. Bumpers lays into it. She sends that on. It was a bit higher and a bit wider than she would have liked, but again, solid hit that time by Bumpers.
8, 7, 6.
Imagine the Blaze will just let this run out and barely even put it in play.
2, 1.
And we have reached the end of the first half here at Wildcat Stadium. Here on ETV, the Section 3-3A quarterfinal game between the visiting Burnsville Blaze and your Eagan Wildcats. Score 3-0 to the good for the Wildcats. Goals by Waldrop, Seehafer, and Jensen. Skip Newton, a dominating performance by the Wildcats in this first half.
Yeah, this is what we expected, and we pretty much knew that the Wildcats were going to come out and take a lead and control possession. Is what we saw the last time these two teams played. So nothing bizarre or unexpected so far, and this is what Eagan needed to do. And everyone's getting some playing time. They need to come out in the second half and just continue to control play a good, strong, hard, clean game, and finish this thing out.
Well, we will step aside for halftime. We'll be back in about 9.5, 10 minutes here on ETV. Score 3-0 to the Wildcats. Don't go away, everybody. Second half action coming up here on ETV. Welcome back to Wildcat Stadium, the campus of Eagan High School here in Eagan, Minnesota, and your coverage of the Section 3A quarterfinals, girls high school soccer. It's win or go home for the Wildcats and the Blaze. Blaze in white with black numbers, Wildcats in blue with white numbers. And this is it for one of these two teams here tonight. Wildcats right now enjoying a 3-0 score. 3-0 advantage, I guess I would say, as the teams line up to take the second half kickoff. Issa Coco will get us started here for the Burnsville Blaze.
To start the second half.
Blaze have not had a shot or a shot on goal yet. Shots are 21-0 in favor of the Wildcats. Frankly, you might ask, is that what you would have expected? The answer is yes, that's probably what we would have expected, given that these two teams played about 2 weeks ago and had a similar type of matchup. In any event, the Wildcats are moving from right to left. And I'll set your lineup here for the Wildcats in just a moment as Waldrop with the ball. Finds Enning on the far side. Who looks for Seehafer. Waldrop, now Seehafer. Tic-tac passing play there in the middle of the field. So Isabella Fall and Cassie Turner are your center backs, with Ella Horn and Anna Enning your outside backs. Jensen, Seehafer, and Jolstrom appear to be your mids. Now Leitenberg will give this a run. It'll run out. So Leitenberg, Seehafer in the middle with, looks like on the far side, that's not Seehafer. I misspoke earlier. That's Ellie Westerman, the freshman. So it's Westerman on the far side. Coach Q definitely wants to make sure, despite obviously doesn't want to run up any scores or anything like that, but at the same time wants to see crisp, clean, purposeful play here by the Wildcats. Burnsville Blaze made a change at halftime as well. Augie Whitcomb has taken the place of Hildman in goal. Waldrop fires that towards net, and it goes wide.
Number 23 over top of the goal.
Well, and as well as a change at goalkeeper, Nathan, what we've seen also is a little bit of a change in their approach to the second half. They are no longer playing, 4 and 4 deep or 4 and 5 deep, like two defensive lines right in front of each other. They're starting to pressure the ball at midfield, and I think that's a really smart change for Burnsville. They got to do something to try and put some more pressure on the Wildcats and not give them quite so much space to do whatever they want with the ball.
Fall lays that off for Turner. Turner looking for Waldrop. Runs on the outside. That's Westerman to the outside. She'll put her legs in gear and go past one defender. Now she's got the ball in the corner. Around one defender, around two defenders. Looks for Leitenberg, and Leitenberg taps it home. Ellie Westerman set the table, and Ava Leitenberg dined sumptuously. It's 4-0 to the Wildcats.
Just a great play on the outside there to cross that one in, and a nice redirect by Leitenberg. When you're that close, you don't need to hammer the ball. You just need to redirect it to goal, and a lot of times it's going to finish, and that's precisely what she did. Good goal here to get early in the second half, beginning the second half like they did the first half with a goal in the first 10 minutes.
Well, that's the type of crispness that the Wildcats needed to display here in this half. Horn, Leitenberg. Leitenberg tries to spin it back for Horn, but can't quite come off.
Number 8, Ava
Jensen
Leitenberg.
cleans that up and sends it back for Fall.
Assist, number 5, Anna Enning.
I'll check it. That was
43rd
Enning.
minute. The time of the
Forgive me,
goal,
Enning had
42
made an
minutes,
overlapping
36
run.
seconds.
That's my error. I thought it was Westerman.
Wildcats goal scored by Ava Leitenberg, assisted by Anna Enning. The
So
time,
apologies to
36.
Anna Enning for not giving her credit for that on the air. In the far corner, it sure looked like we've got two short blondes in the corner, Skip Newton. I guess I got them twisted around.
Well, and they literally could not be farther away and still be on the pitch. And it gets a little dark over there, too.
Burnsville.
It does indeed.
This goal kick brought to you by Eagan High School Soccer Supporters, ARC Soccer Training Center, Melanie and John Willie with Edina Realty, Eagan Football Booster Club, Eagan Hockey Association, I Got Skills, Jordan Drilling Solutions, State Farm Agency Nick DeVries, Triple Diamond Sports Break, the Urgency Room, and the the Wave Soccer Club. Thank you to our supporters for helping us have this very successful season.
Shot on there by Jensen as Whitcomb knocks it down and then claims it.
A shot by Mallory Jensen, number 12. Save made, Augie Whitcomb.
Horn lays that off for Leitenberg. Leitenberg's drawing quite the crowd in the corner. She crosses that in. Defense takes that away from Whitcomb. Lays off that time. Here's, looking for Jensen. Seehafer was. Jensen, Waldrop back to Jensen. Lots of traffic in the middle. Jensen battles through one defender but can't get through the second. And now the Wildcats will reset. Beautiful night here in Eagan, Minnesota. Temperature in the, the low 50s, maybe high 40s. We'll have to check with our producer on that one at some point. I call it 50 degrees, so 50 degrees with no wind. It's a beautiful October evening. Section playoffs, and it is a winner-go-home scenario as Turner looks for Enning making the run, overlapping Westerman. She doesn't win the ball, but she wins a throw-in. Waldrop, right foot, side netting. Or is that a corner?
Looks like that was deflected off of the Burnsville defender, so earns the corner kick for the Wildcats.
Jensen will trot over to take this as Westerman and Jolstrom and Seehafer in a cast of hundreds will pack the box. It's an outswinger for Jensen. She plays it short, though. Lays that off for Turner. Sends that in. Check it, that's Waldrop. It's still loose. Magically, I'm not sure how that's still loose. Whitcomb gets hands to it. Goal line clearance that time by the Blaze. A lot of swings and misses out there right now. Falls for Waldrop, now falls for Westerman. Westerman attacking the goal line. Sends that across. Might have been a handball. And now Whitcomb pushes it outside for a goal kick? It's interesting. I thought for sure that was played by the keeper out. Instead, it is a goal kick. Confusing sequence there, I have to admit, Skip Newton.
Yeah, I thought the same as you. I thought that was deflected by the goalkeeper, but apparently it was a shot wide.
Waldrop. It's for Westerman. Finds her. Westerman drives quickly. Negative pass. Seehafer. Oh, Seehafer. Seehafer put that ball on or close to the net, but slid it wide.
Seehafer, number 18, is wide. Goal kick for the Blaze.
And oddly enough, I'm not sure how I'm not sure how the ball found its way past that netting, but apparently there's no netting immediately right behind the goals on either end. Ball finds its way into the midfield, and the Wildcats will reset. Now Seehafer claims it. Lays that off for Westerman. Westerman attacking. And the center referee, Sam Tanucci, awards a corner to the Wildcats. An innumerable number of corners here for the Wildcats as Jensen again will stand over it.
From the far side.
Jensen plays that in. Whitcomb gets a hand to it. Player on the goal line, and that will go out for yet another corner on the far side. So the Whitcomb got a hand to it, then one of her defenders got a head to it.
Burnsville has all 11 players within about 6 to 8 yards of the goal. Just packing them in there.
That was just over the bar. I have to say, I thought for sure that it was Whitcomb called keeper as you heard her call for it. I thought for sure that might be near the top bar, but instead it was just over the top on the wrong side in a goal kick.
You always want your keeper to be firm when they're calling for the ball. She definitely accomplished that, as we could easily hear that up here in the booth.
Entering the 50th minute of play. Wildcats enjoying a 4-0 lead. Horn lays that off for Leitenberg. Leitenberg, Seehafer, Jensen. Well, not quite to Jensen. Jensen will reset to Turner. Turner finds Westerman on the outside. Turner towards goal, but well wide.
And she needs to turn her body more facing the target there. Be more successful in getting that to go where she wants it to go.
Again, Wildcats don't necessarily need more offense per se, but we'd like to see the Wildcats stay crisp, purposeful, winning second balls, protecting the ball as this ball finds its way towards Enning. Enning crosses. Here's an opportunity, and it's an own goal.
Yeah, really unfortunate break there for the Blaze. Defense trying to prevent that ball from coming across. Just got enough of it to redirect it into the far corner.
It is an own goal for the Blaze. I think officially from a credit standpoint, Anna Enning will get credit for that ball. I don't know who will have the assist on it, but Enning, you saw her smile on the camera. She's still happy that the ball went into the net, as the Wildcats should be. A miscommunication there for the Wildcats defense. And Caitlin Allred turns it over to Coco, and Coco slides it wide. Izzy Coco, Issa Coco earns the corner. Coco was one-on-one with Allred, and Allred's ball intercepted. Coco just about made her pay. And given that the Blaze have scored a total of 3 goals all season, the Burnsville Blaze faithful were hoping and wishing, waving their arms like a la Carlton Fisk, hoping that ball would somehow squeeze inside that post.
Yeah, that was almost a costly miscue there. Allred accidentally clearing that right to the other team.
Leitenberg finds Seehafer. Seehafer's got runners in front of her. Can she deliver it early enough? No, she holds on to it, but someone else kept Westerman onside. Westerman with the break. She's going to get it on her left foot, left foot, walks it in, and it goes for another corner. Caitlin Allred living right there, getting a fortunate roll there as Issa Coco denied cruelly by physics. She did everything right, but it turns out to be another Wildcat corner, played short to Seehafer. Seehafer lays off, looking for a header for Waldrop. Leitenberg will run that down. Now Horn. Horn with a left foot cross. Goes through and finds Enning. Enning with it again. She sends it on towards goal, and Whitcomb claims it.
Wildcats goal scored by Anna Enning. The assist, Kira Waldrop.
Waldrop with the assist to Anna Enning in the 51st minute. Wildcats now comfortably 5-0 in ahead of the Blaze. Blaze registering their first shot on goal, shot on net.
Well, and Allred must have gotten a piece of it because they gave him the corner kick.
They
so
sure did.
Her dive must have gotten just enough.
Now Westerman going in hard. There's an opportunity for Seehafer, and her reaction tells you everything you need to know about that.
Seehafer is really struggling to get the ball on net today, and I think it's gotten in her head a little bit because the more chances that she has, and they're all good chances, she continues to miss wide every time. I'm laughing because, you know, it's not something that's going to cost the Wildcats of the game, but I've seen this happen to players over the years where it just gets in their head, and the longer it goes, the worse it gets in that game, and hopefully she can just shake it off and get ready to fire that ball on net with her usual accuracy in the next one.
Perhaps just a bit too much time to think about it. Skip Newton, maybe just not quite as much desperation as Turner lines this up, almost like a free kick. Finds Waldrop's legs, laid off for Jolstrom. Jolstrom with the left foot, she scuffs it, but it falls for Jensen. Jensen says, I'll try that, and she hoists it up and over the crossbar. It's one thing that the Wildcats have done all year long, Skip Newton, here on ETV when we've broadcast these games, and even in away games. They have often found a way to sky balls, hit balls over the top of the net, you know, miss the frame, and really just get that ball down onto the frame, even if you have less power. But getting it on frame is going to make a big difference as Westerman battles in the corner. Westerman with a cross looking for Leitenberg, and Whitcomb claims.
Like to see those crosses come out away from the goalkeeper if possible. That's where your teammates are ready to put that home. Goalkeeper, of course, having that advantage of being able to use her hands. Can be much more successful in the long run if you keep it away from the keeper.
Waldrop lays off for Turner. Turner will trot forward. Send that in for Waldrop again. Waldrop turns. It's blocked. Finds Jensen. Battle. Fall will come flying up from her center back position. Good turn that time by Enning. Enning sends that in, and that will go for another corner.
Nice job by Enning to turn her body, get that one directed towards the center, earn the corner kick. Number 12 overall, it looks like.
Corner kick for the Wildcats.
Make that 13.
Turner with a head up over the top, finds Leitenberg in the back. Lays off for Horn. Horn sends it in. Off a couple of Wildcats. Waldrop steps to it, and Waldrop scores.
No doubt about that one from Kira Waldrop. Had the ball on her right foot. She just hammered that one into the corner.
57th minute, Kira Waldrop makes it 6-0 to the good for the Wildcats. Cats. Not sure who's going to get the assist on that one. I think it's going to be Ella Horn. Ella Horn's going to get the assist. Nicely done that time by Ella Horn, sending that back in with her left foot. So it's not quite like baseball, Skip Newton, where you have pitchers, you need lefties and righties and things like that, but Ella Horn, a later in the season addition. As this ball comes in, Whitcomb laid back on it. Seehafer with it. Oh, she fires it right at Whitcomb.
But it was on goal.
It was on goal.
Beautiful ball by Kira Waldrop there. She does that very well when she has some distance on the pitch to play with. She will drop that ball right where her teammates can run onto it.
To finish the thought, you know, the Horn, one of the late season call-ups for Coach Q, and as a left footer, you know, maybe it's a situation where you want another left footer out there with Leitenberg, natural left footer, I should say. Let's see Hafer turns. She's got oodles of space. She slides it in for Westerman. Westerman puts a foot to it. Oh, squeezes it between the football crossbar and the soccer crossbar. Ellie Westerman not wasting any time. Early in the season, Skip Newton, that's one of the things we noticed about Westerman is when she's playing well, she shoots quickly, she is decisive, she makes quick decisions, and they often tend to be very good.
Well, when you're quick to make that decision and the transition time is very short, it's hard for the other team to react and do anything to stop you. And when that particular decision is a shot on goal, you can catch a goalkeeper not quite ready for that, and it can be a powerful asset moving forward.
Wildcats on the attack again. Here come the Wildcats. Lays it off. This is Jensen. Jensen squeezes that in, but it's deflected that time by the defense. Waldrop. Waldrop on a brace. I don't know about that one. I think it wasn't played by the foot back to the keeper, but it was played by the thigh back to the keeper. I think in a 6-0 game, that's not the kind of whistle you're going to blow. But
yeah, zero chance I'm calling that if I'm the referee.
But I might say, girls, don't do that again. Don't make me call that again. Jensen lays that ball off for Edding, streaking up from the outside.
In the game is Jade Hillman, number 19.
And Hildman, the goalie of the first half, has actually changed her gear. She's out playing in the field. That's Hildman with the ball right now, Skip Newton. I can't say I've ever seen that happen in high school soccer, where the goalie in the first half puts on a field uniform and then comes back in the second half to play in the field.
It is rare. I'm trying to think if I've ever seen that myself. Maybe once, but boy, I can't pinpoint the exact time or the team. But it is nice to see, get her some playing time and get out there, run around, and enjoy the beautiful night.
Well, given that the score line would seem to indicate that the Blazes' season is going to end tonight, this is a good opportunity for all the girls to get in all the running that they want. As Whitcomb quickly off of her line claims that one. We're going to have some more substitutions here for the Wildcats as Tanner Zirkelbach and cannot read that girl's number from the far side, but gets a substitute right now. Oh, it's Macy Bray. So, well, I thought they were going to come in, but again, another Wildcat throw, and Leitenberg keeps taking these throws quickly, not letting the substitutes get on the field. Oh, Leitenberg nicely done to Waldrop. Waldrop's shot blocked. Now Seehafer. Turner. She's going to go to goal. And Whitcomb claims that one. And Severson has joined those three at the scorer's table. That ball comes short, that time for Westerman. Leitenberg takes on her defender, and that hits the football crossbar, and that will go for a goal kick. We will finally have the substitutions where where Zirkelbach, Tanner, Severson, and Bray will check in.
Goal kick brought to you by Eagan Soccer Supporters, Ansari's Mediterranean Grill and Lounge, Birchwood Dental, Coldwell Banker, Rami Quarmont, Devani's, Divine Salon, Dunn Brothers, Eagan Arms Public House, Eagan Family Dentistry, Escape With Us Vacations, Homestead Auto and Tire, Mark's Towing, Raising Cane's, Teresa's Mexican Restaurant, Wildcats Bar and Grill, Zerbal Orthodontics, and ZZQ Smokehouse. Thank you once again for supporting Eagan Soccer throughout the season and helping us be as successful as possible.
Ellie Westerman had one gift wrapped for her, but that time she didn't quite take advantage of that one, as one of the defenders for the Blaze had fallen in the penalty area. Ball down the far sideline, and Severson's going to make this run. She's dispossessed. Now Westerman spins. Seehafer is going to look to find Fetsic. Fetsic is going to go to goal. Oh, Whitcomb. Kick save. That was a brilliant kick save. I wonder if she plays for the Burnsville girls hockey team. Zirkelbach on the far side. Finds Seehafer. Seehafer down around two. Now a right-footed shot. It's blocked. Rebound for Tanner. Jensen battles. Continues to battle and comes out with it clean. Coming up on 16.5 minutes to go in the second half. Wildcats comfortably ahead 6-0. Turner again looks, finds Seehafer. Seehafer around one defender, around two defenders, fires. It's off the crossbar. Finds Zirkelbach. Zirkelbach sends it back in. Wildcats almost stopped running. How did Zirkelbach's cross not find a boot? Not sure. The Wildcats obviously have the Blaze at their mercy here. But again, you want them to be clean and play crisp. Fetsic, shot on, and good save by Whitcomb.
So at what point do we say it's time to clear the bench and get all the, what I'll call the regulars or the starters rest for the rest of this game, knowing that this game is in hand?
Well, so we're going to have Bumpers, Liv Enning, and Kate Cron are going to check in now. So to be honest, there were a number of bench players in, Skip earlier. I mean, we've got a couple of what have thus far bench players in the game. So I think Coach Q trying some different combinations of personnel here, seeing what can be done.
Yeah, and I understand you can't have, you just don't have enough players to make it entirely, girls that don't see a lot of time, because of course it's more than the 11 starters. It's the 11 starters and the 7 or 8 girls that regularly play off the bench. So you're going to get girls out there no matter what, but want to make sure that no one's out there too long. And I think it's safe to say everyone's gotten enough time tonight to get to keep their game sharpness alive for Thursday's semifinal match.
Foul called on the Wildcats after a very obvious handball not called by center referee. Again, in a 6-0 game in the second half, that's just not I guess she's just not going to call that. And again, I respect that. I understand why. Still, though, it's one of those things where there are some girls out there who haven't scored wouldn't mind getting on the score sheet. Fetsic sends this forward, looking for Tanner. Tanner pooches that forward. Seehafer still out there, along with Bumpers. Fetsic battling. Cron steps up, and that gets over the top of everybody. Allred's going to have to come out and play that. She does. Sends that forward. Almost finds Tanner. But a good foray into the playing field for Caitlin Allred. Zirkelbach pushes that into touch, and don't look now, but the Blaze have the ball in the Eagan attacking third. Turner sends that out. Finds Seehafer, a little collision, almost a collision there with Bumpers and Seehafer. Bumpers, she's got speed, she's going to make the run. She's going to have an opportunity. She slides it across for Tanner. Tanner lays it off for Enning. Enning takes 4 touches. And the chance goes begging. Oh, the Wildcats. That's an example, Skip Newton, where the Wildcats should bury one every time.
Yeah, they turned that into a much harder shot on goal opportunity than it needed to be. It looked like that was going to be an easy tic-tac-toe, put it home, but just kind of fell apart at the end.
And that is the kind of thing that, despite the place where the game is, you want teams and players to stay sharp. Big step there by Enning, finds Tanner. Tanner outside, battles. Bray comes back and claims that, finds Fetsic. Fetsic, her pass way too hot for That's, I was going to say Westerman, but it was Bumpers. Now that I don't get an excuse on because Courtney Bumpers is a lot taller than Ellie Westerman. I should know the difference even at this distance. Just under 12 minutes to go here. Wildcats comfortably ahead, 6-0. Winner of this game, that's almost certainly going to be the Wildcats, will play the winner of the Apple Valley Hastings quarterfinal that's taking place tonight in Apple Valley. Apple Valley the 4 seed, Hastings the 5 seed. Wildcats played the Eagles earlier this season, obviously as part of the South Suburban Conference, and the Wildcats are, and I can't believe I've made it through this long without mentioning this, Skip Newton, the Wildcats are the South Suburban Conference champions this year. Zirkelbach has it, sends it for Tanner. It's played back towards the goal. The South Suburban Conference champion Eagan Wildcats will again host here on Thursday, and that should be broadcast by ETV, so we'll be happy to join you on Thursday. Not sure if that'll be a 5 o'clock start or 7 o'clock start. Seehafer with it. She puts a shot towards net, and that flies over the top.
Goal kick, Burnsville.
And now Waldrop will check in for Seehafer. As Whitcomb stands over and studies this one before putting it in play. It's intercepted by Zirkelbach. Good step by Leah. And that finds its way into touch, and the Wildcats will, gosh, I thought the Wildcats had a throw. Or do we have a foul against the Wildcats? It would appear we do.
I missed it completely, but that would not be the first time.
Well, every so often,
Back in for the Wildcats,
ball comes
it's
up
Carol
over the
Waldrop,
top.
number 23.
Cron's clearance goes out off of one of the Blaze players. Again, the Wildcats, a little push in the back there. I think Addie Tanner might have a gripe there. But in any event, as Waldrop gets it to her feet, she finds one of her teammates. Here's Courtney Bumpers. She's away. Big touch. Is she going to have an opportunity to get to this ball? She does. Whitcomb with a big save. Waldrop and Tanner cannot get to the back post.
Close, but no cigar on that one.
It does go for a corner. The Wildcats will put it in play from the near side.
Wildcats from the near side.
Just a brilliant pass by Waldrop to start that break. Unfortunately, the Wildcats couldn't finish.
Braze over it. Whitcomb claims.
Nice job coming out, playing that one in the air, clean.
Cron finds Enning. Enning over the top. Is this ball going to check up? No, it's not. It's going to run out into touch.
Goal kick, Burnsville.
Needed to have a lot more backspin on that ball.
Wildcats are going to win this game and advance to the Section 3-3A semifinals. Again, they will play the winner of the Hastings-Apple Valley match that's taking place at Apple Valley High School tonight. We do not have an update on score. We'll see if we can get one here before the end of the game.
But we do know the game will be played right here at Eagan Stadium. The time is yet to be determined.
And we fully expect that that will be here on ETV, on the YouTube channel as well as cable. So check Twitter, check social media for that, as we have another corner, and Bray will trot over for this one.
And I stand corrected on the time is actually going to be 4:30 p.m. according to the mshsl.org website.
That corner comes in and goes up and over.
Goal kick, Blaze.
Apple Valley boys defeated the Eastview boys 2-0 tonight in related section boys section action. Rosemount, the top seed in the boys section 3-3A semifinals, winning 2-0 with 13 minutes to go in that game. Certainly that game finished with Rosemount on top.
In the game, number 17, Maeve Wilson. Going out is number 18, Kylie Wallace.
So the Wildcats will have another opportunity to play here at Wildcat Stadium on Thursday. And imagine, Skip Newton, that Coach Q will have a lot of those starters, a lot of those juniors and seniors in the mix as they, you know, or those are the nice little touch there by Fetzich. Lays off for Bray. What will be interesting to see, I wonder if Coach Q, as this ball finds its way to Bray, she's got a little bit of room in the middle of the field. Now she's closed down. Lays off for Fetzich. Fetzich squeezed. Waldrop. Enning. Waldrop. Waldrop tries to turn and shoot. Can't. Enning pokes that towards goal. I wonder what if Coach Q will keep the same formation on Thursday with 4 at the back. Well, I guess we'll find out. There's only one way to find out. But I will say this, Skip Newton, just a little bit concerned that I have not seen Kylie Weisendonner here in the second half.
Could be that she's just getting a break. She played a lot of the first half. Hopefully she's okay and just getting a little R&R heading into the big semifinal match.
Turner sends that forward. Ball finds its way to Waldrop's foot. Waldrop puts the moves on. Crosses hard. Opportunity for Addie Tanner. Addie Tanner scores for the Wildcats in the 75th minute. And it's 7-0 to the Wildcats.
Really nice play there. Pass across by Waldrop, I believe it was. Tanner was there to hammer that one home in a perfect position on her right foot. Puts it into the open net.
Well, Addie Tanner this season, Skip Newton, you and I have called a number of these games here at Wildcat Stadium, but it's not that she hasn't scored, but she's been so close so many times. Nicely done by Tanner, poking that one home. Hanging out by the back post is never a bad place to be, as Waldrop now, again, on a hat trick. Puts the moves on. Now Tanner with it again. She's into the penalty area with the left foot. Looking negative. Here's an opportunity for the Wildcats. It's deflected and goes out for, that has to be a corner, certainly, doesn't it? Skip Newton. It is.
That was a left foot blast. I think that thing had goal number 8 written all over it if that one wasn't deflected.
But nicely done by Addie Tanner, and Waldrop sending it across. And Waldrop with goal and 2 assists as that corner finds its way to someone's head. And Bray with it again. She's got an opportunity. She can get to go to goal. But Whitcomb saw that the whole way, and it just did not trouble her too much. Coming up on the final 3 minutes here of the season for the Blaze, and a challenging season, no question about that. If you're a Burnsville supporter, keep your chins up. Have faith that this young group of girls, as they work hard in the offseason and in seasons to come, can develop and build into something that can be successful for Burnsville High School. They're called growing pains for a reason, but eventually the kids grow up. Waldrop looking for Severson around the corner. Check it, that's Westerman. Westerman with the foul. Check it, that was Severson. Again, another short blonde on the far side of the field. I apologize there as I was not able to get the right number. I want to give a shout out to our award-winning ETV crew. Josh Sibley, our executive producer, Nick Mudd, our director, Kiana Zastapil, and Tim Shinyan are our camera operators. Thanks so much for making ETV so great, such a community resource, making us, that is Skip and I, sound so good, look so good here in Eagan, Minnesota. As the Wildcats are 90 seconds away. 90 seconds away now from wrapping up a 7-0 victory here in the quarterfinals of the Section 3-3A playoffs. As you pointed out, Skip, it looks like game time on Thursday is 4:30. So look for that. Look for that, and hopefully the Wildcats will know who their opponent is pretty quickly here. Imagine the Wildcats will be interested in resting a few players probably tomorrow, giving a little bit of stretch and a little bit of R&R, as you said, Skip, but keeping their cutting edge here is going to be very, very important. And Addie Tanner finds Courtney Bumpers. Courtney Bumpers says, I'm going to keep shooting. And Bumpers puts on a Whitcomb with another kick save. That's the second or third kick save she's had in this game. Fetzich, Bumpers. Bray got away with one there. I'm not sure why that wasn't a whistle. Zirkelbach, she'll have an opportunity here. Passes and gives to Tanner. Tanner in the corner, sends it across. Bray, Tanner. Now Waldrop. Waldrop hoofs it on and hoofs it in. And that is a goal for the Wildcats.
6, 5, 4,
And because of where we are in the game, the clock will not stop as Waldrop from Tanner in the 79th minute. And the final margin is 8-0 to the Wildcats. Fair play to the Burnsville Blaze. They battled the entire game, just overwhelmed by a sea of blue. Bright days ahead for the Blaze if they keep at it, and certainly they will. The Wildcats will be playing in the semifinals against either Hastings or Apple Valley on this Thursday at 4:30 here on ETV, here at Wildcat Stadium. Skip, what do we take out of this game, and did the Wildcats do enough to stay sharp enough to be ready for Thursday?
Yeah, I really think they did. I mean, they showed up and they took care of business right from the start, and they did exactly what they needed to do. They did exactly what everyone expected them to do. So a good overall game for the Wildcats, a truly dominating performance, and that's what you've earned when you get the 1 seed. You get, the most favorable matchup possible. Now they advance. They play the winner of that game that you alluded to on Thursday, and look for them to come in and to continue to play this well, to pick up where they left off. I think they're going to be ready to play.
Tough way always to end a season. Very few teams get to win their last game of the season in playoff soccer. And the Blaze, you see there, enjoying some emotional moments as the Wildcats salute their fans. Many of their fans with giant pictures of their daughters' faces out there, and an opportunity to see them at least one more time on Thursday. So, for Skip Newton, my name is Nathan Cron. Thank you for joining us here on ETV. Final score, Eagan Wildcats 8, Burnsville Blaze 0. And we'll see you on Thursday, ladies and gentlemen.